This summit is about big, bold ideas and finding solutions with a real world impact. And there is no other leader that I would rather be in conversation about this with than Washington Congresswoman Pramila Jayapal, who is chair of the Progressive Caucus, a leader in Congress, and has been the leading edge of so much legislation that affects women's lives.
It's a pleasure to be with you today, and I'm also very grateful to the Institute for Women's Policy Research for holding this summit and for all the work that the Institute does.
You're a powerful voice on women's issues. What do you see as the biggest, boldest idea right now that would really advance gender equity?
So the biggest, boldest idea that I'm working on is my Domestic Workers Bill of Rights, which would correct the historic injustices that happened because 2.2 million domestic workers, disproportionately working class women, women of color, immigrant women, were left out of all of the civil rights protections that you think of everyone having, except domestic workers do not have that. And, in terms of what difference it makes, pay, benefits, protections on the job, sexual harassment is a piece of that, by the way. That is something that happens often, and there's no protections for women at all.
What can be done at the federal level to ensure that we don't roll back the clock on the progress that we've made in this area?
Well, we have to pass the Equality Act. That's the first thing. The House has already passed it, and we need the Senate to act. It's a basic tenet of how you have healthy families is to provide paid family and medical leave. And we are the only developed country in the world that does not do this. Most other countries actually invest in the safety net and the concept of universal benefits. That is a starting point. So universal childcare, universal pre-K, free college, universal healthcare. These are all what we think of as big, bold ideas, but strangely, they are the things that most other countries that are wealthy already have in place, and even countries that aren't wealthy already have in place, because they're just basic human needs and rights that allow all the other investment to be unlocked. Because the minute you fall under, it's like a snowball backwards. And that's why we talk about equity, because we need to get everybody to the same starting line, and we don't have that.